How you?
Hey guys, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hey, great. I had to just enter as a guest because I didn't know it, but my Skype all of a sudden on my tablet has become associated with Microsoft, I guess, and requires me now to put in you know, do a what do you call it? Anyway, I have to like sign in and put in a password and all that. Whereas before I could just pull up Skype. Does that make sense?
That does make sense.
Yes, and I didn't have to go through all of that.
So
So today, I assumed that it would be the same thing. And all of a sudden, it's like it won't let me on unless I give a password and now
it's a brave new world. It's a brave new security world out there. A lot of changes on.
I'll tell you.
And all that. Yeah, I didn't know if we were meeting or not. I don't know if you saw the text. I'm powering through a sore throat, so I'm not my usual cheery self. Todd is here on the side. He was kind of hanging out on the side till
tell her that family stuff.
And I'm coughing a little bit. Let me grab a cough drop while I'm here too. So I don't know if you want to talk or not for a few minutes, if you have anything to talk about, but I told Taryn, I said I could power through maybe 30 minutes at the most. After that, I probably need
Hey. Yeah, that's all we need to do. I mean, what are we gonna, talk about? I think there is something we can talk about.
Is there? I don't know. Are there anything
like everybody else here? I'm still trying to get myself settled here now. Yeah, I think that there's probably a few things we could talk about here, as they say in Texas. We could.
We might could. So, if you feel like they are. I have definitely not. I like I said, I'm not at 100% energy level. Todd, are you coming over and joining?
Like that?
Yeah, Todd's coming in and joining the party. He's rolling his chair.
Okay. Okay.
Make this little chair over here.
Where is she?
So, is that colorful place behind you? Is that your home?
Oh, I'm not here.
Hang on a second. No, that is a Skype background.
I don't like it. I don't like that background.
We were playing
with
it, so
I don't like it.
I don't know what we were just.
I don't like it.
You could change the background. Here we go. Ready?
Outdoorsy. Something outdoorsy.
Get a little closer over here. So Todd and I are going to do
some. Yellow is a good color for you.
Do.
Yellow is a good color for you. He was wearing a peach shirt the other day, and peach looks great on him.
So this is our background blurred out. This is somewhere. We'll take a little trip here. A little Skype.
We're in Jordan now. Okay.
We're right now.
I want to be.
You want to be?
No.
This sounds like we're in a video game.
No.
This is where we were before.
Oh, there you go. Oh, I've got a great book, about being Norwegian, and it's pretty good. I don't know if anybody, if you're not Norwegian, would get a kick out of it, but those of us who are.
I like Swedish, Norwegian, Norwegian stuff.
So first of all, I'm going to set my timer for 30 minutes, okay? Because after that, I will probably expire. Like I said, my throat is sore.
Okay.
Linda, I don't think you and I have never met in person, have we? I mean, you've been at the gym with Taryn, but I've never met you in person.
No, we've never met.
I've been going to that gym for over 10 years.
So this is our place with the blurred background.
Yeah,
so just a few things up front. We haven't talked in a while, right?
Oh, definitely.
Right. So one of the reasons why I'm going through this right now is I did go through my cancer treatment. So we talked since then, didn't we?
Well, I want to go through that with you. I was going to ask you about that.
I did back around December, January. I did radiation treatments for prostate cancer. It went really well, but I've had some immune systems, like it zapped my immune system a little harder than they thought it was going to. So have a really low T cell.
Its glands are all
swollen. Yeah, low T cell count right now. So that's why I'm sort of like not at 100% today. And I've been like for the past few weeks. It's just one of those things the doctor says, and you probably went through this too, right? So immune system issues, didn't you? Or didn't you have to go through that?
Well, it's hard telling because every day was kind of a new day,
Right.
and a lot of ups and downs. Yeah.
Right.
And I'm sorry, I'm moving this thing around so much. I'm trying to get my bearings here. But yeah, there are a lot of strange days when all this is going on with your body. It's really different. Yeah.
So that's
I'm
part of what I do now.
I'm still taking, there's a medication you have to take if you are female. I'm not sure about male, but you have to cut off all hormones, male, female, male hormones, female hormones, every kind of hormone you have to cut off in your body.
So what does that mean? You have to cut out like a certain type of food or something?
Oh, no. You have to take, I'm sorry, you have to take a suppressant.
So your body's cutting off its hormones.
Yes, to shut off your body's hormones, all of them, not just female hormones, but any sort of male hormones, every kind of hormone in your body. When you've had breast cancer, part of the treatment is you have to cut off your hormone circulation of all of them for 5 to 10 years.
Oh, that's all.
Yeah, I'm not having to do that, so thank goodness. But I imagine that's not fun.
Oh, I was just going to say, so at first trying to get used to it is, because it affects your femininity a lot, let's just say that. And things like you start losing your hair and, menopause symptoms just start raging, and it's just very uncomfortable for a very long time. And but I'm at 3 years now, 3 years out from my actual, cancer discovery and cancer surgery and starting the hormone. So I'm to a point where I'm actually real comfortable in my body.
All right.
And by the way, I just had my my mammogram, which would be my 9th one. My 9th one, and they told me that everything looks so good now, I don't have to come back for a year.
Oh, that's great. Whoa, yeah. So you're cancer free, and right?
I don't have to go back for a year on the mammogram. However, my breast cancer surgeon, I still have to see her twice a year for a couple more years.
That's not too bad, right?
I feel like, whoa, I made a milestone,
So, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad you kind of got that there too.
Anyway, it was good news, and it made me very happy. Mark wasn't quite sure what to think of it, but then again, I thought, maybe he just has to let it sink in a little bit, I think poor guy.
Are you still taking the
hormone suppressant? So much, Yeah. So, I'm sorry, what were you saying?
I'm sorry. Are you still taking hormone suppressants now, though, or?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I will for the doctors think that for me, I probably won't have to take them for the full 10 years. They're thinking that I could just take them for 5. So we'll see how I feel about that when the 5th year comes.
Well, now that you're feeling better, and this is one of the things I told Todd we could talk about on the cheery side, because I know there's some other things going on. But now that you're feeling better, do you guys have any is there anything really cool to do this summer that y'all are doing? Do you have like a big summertime cool activity or anything?
Well, we are going to go to Ireland in September.
I want to go to Ireland. Do you need a valet? Wear a costume, if you like, or a little uniform.
My stories came from Ireland.
Yeah, if you want me, I'll go with you, and I could be your valet. I'll even wear a little costume if you like. I could be your little valet. Okay. So when you Ireland?
So that's what we're gonna do. Yeah.
When are y'all going?
Oh, it'll be like the 3rd week in September.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah. So I figure we go when, I lived in Seattle for like 10 of years when I was a kid. And I think Ireland's weather, it's about in the same latitude. So I think the weather is going to be similar. And I told Mark, I said, look, we need to go at a time when there won't be as many tourists, school's back in session. And yet we need to not go in October because that's just going to be rainy.
Yeah, I think what happens up there, I heard this, I think Montreal is along the same line. And I went to Montreal one year and we went in early October and it was pretty decent weather. We walked around where they said it's going to change. And the day we left, it started raining. And this is it. It's going to be, wait till spring. It'll be rainy and cold and snowy. You guys really had basically it just this about sometime around the end of September, beginning of October, I think Iceland rather, and those places they hit that wall and boom, it is winter.
Yeah, well, Iceland is actually August is the start of winter.
Right.
So, and when I went there in August, went by myself several years ago, it's pretty cold in August. So you've got to have on 3 layers, a hood, cap or whatever, but you're definitely in 3 layers.
Not for me, Dave.
Todd's on there, yeah. No, so Iceland probably a place for Todd. As he's gotten older, he's lost all tolerance for cold weather. He's got a blanket. Get over himself today, like he's an old man.
Yeah, I was just really motivated because summers now, Iceland has got to be such a huge tourist destination now, and so summers are packed. That May, June, July, those are packed months now. So I found that if I would go in August, I'd have no problem with flights and getting around and all of that. But I knew it was going to be cold. So I was wearing 3 layers every day and caps and hoods and all of those things.
If people go in June, they're going to get these really long days, aren't they? The days are going to be super long up there, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. Especially around the solstice, because one time I went to London and it was right around the solstice, and London's pretty high up there too. And we were walking home for dinner. It was 10 o'clock at night. The sun was just starting to set at 10 o'clock. I go, whoa. Because you're further up that line up there. So, but by August, I think you guys are starting to get more toward the equal day, equal night kind of thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. When I was there in August, the midnight sun was actually still out, but we weren't getting any aurora borealis then.
Yeah.
But we still had very long days up there. So.
Oh, okay, that's cool. You might get some aurora borealis this year. We got some here in Georgia.
I know. I was floored. That was crazy.
Did you see any?
No, I just saw it on the computer.
Right.
And I just couldn't believe what I was seeing.
I know. It's pretty spectacular. That would be pretty fun. So maybe you'll get to see some this year because this year's a heavy solar year. So maybe you can see aurora borealis. If you do, take a picture. That's on my bucket list. I wanted to see it when it was here, but we just couldn't. Here in Buckhead, there was just too much light pollution.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So anyway, that's my story. So tell me how y'all are doing. You started on your treatments. How are those going? And then the 2 of you, what's going on?
So I did my treatments back at the end of the year last year. Everybody tries to do things at the end of the year to get it under insurance. And so I did radiation treatments for prostate cancer. And what's so funny, you probably ran into these doctors too, is they kind of talk to you like it's not that big of a deal, because they do it all the crazy time. But to you, this is the one time you're doing it. So they were like, so I will tell you that I had to go for 28 treatments pretty much every day. I missed, there's a few days for holidays during that time of year and all that, and I didn't go on weekends. But by the middle of the treatment, I was wiped out. And that radiation just sucks the life out of you. They put you basically in this, I kept on asking, do I need a lead sheet? Because they put you in this giant donut thing. It looks like an MRI, but you're open on both ends. So you're not, coffined in. And then they put you in this room. And then they come in there and they say, do I need like a lead shield? I said, no, it's not that much radiation. And then they run out of the room and these huge doors go down. Boom. And these lights like, boom, beam on, beam on. I'm like, if it's so safe, then why do you guys have to leave? But I know because they can't be exposed to it all day long. But it really did like take a lot more out of me than I thought it was going to. I was like, I couldn't think. It caused me half brain fog. I still sort of feel like I'm coming out of that. And now I'm sort of having this immune system issue where my T cells are way low.
Oh, night sweats too.
A lot of night sweats and stuff like that. So like I was not my normal cheery self. But the good news is the prostate, PSA, how they measure prostate cancer, it's gone down like by about 40%. So that's a good sign that it worked. So that was the prize, you get for putting up with this. But I always want to tell people, like when they tell you like, oh, and they even like, this is a new form of radiation. It's not that bad. I mean, no, it's not a new form of radiation, but it's a new treatment. They had a new machine, better computers. I was really only exposed to radiation for about 8 to 10 minutes during the session, which is a lot less than like the 20 to 25 than they were before. So that means less, potential side effects. So, but I'm done with it and that's going good. But right now I can still like, I feel like I'm still kind of getting over it. And that's why I don't feel good today. I mean, my like, I'm swollen and all that. But so we've been kind of sitting tight with this one. We were trying to figure out what you're doing vicariously for the summer, because this summer we have been painting. Woo! Yeah. Painting the house.
Oh boy!
And it's a pain in the ass too.
Yeah.
Painting.
Isn't that exciting?
First, he goes, put some blue tape on the baseboards, and we'll paint all around it. And then he goes, oh no, let's paint the same color. So take all the blue tape off. We have like a trash bag full of blue tape, but I taped the entire house.
So we're just doing it ourselves because it's us and we're here all the time. So that's about as exciting as it gets.
Now we said, well, watch videos how to paint.
A lot of videos on how to paint.
High gloss paint for the baseboards. And then he goes, oh, you just paint all the same color. He goes, Rick, you have to paint different colors and different, I don't know, paint.
Do you have any sage advice? We're painting the indoor. Obviously, we live in a condo. Do you have any sage advice for painting? No, you have any?
No.
Of your great broad spectrum of wisdom.
He said sage advice, like sage this place, like smudge with the sage.
But
it's not fun. I'm glad we're doing it, but it's not fun. It's not fun at all. But I want to get it. I want to be done by the end of the year.
Yes, I get it. But let me tell you what my advice is.
Hire a painter.
I have painted this whole house. I've painted the garage. I've painted Mark's office downstairs. I have painted. Would you like to know my secret?
I would love to know your secret.
Hire someone.
That's what I thought you were going to say.
It'd be worth it. I mean, it'd be done a lot faster, Di, wouldn't it?
Oh my
It'd be done much faster.
And you sleep a lot better because yes, painters know how to paint, and yes, it goes very quickly.
Just moving all the stuff around too, Diane. Well, we have to move everything over here.
And the good news is like
the
good news is like we're replacing our carpet after we paint, so we're not really we got some throw stuff down, but we're not really concerned about it because it's coming up anyway. We're gonna put these that luxury vinyl that looks like wood.
Yeah.
But we're pulling up all the carpet, but so we don't have to be real picky about that. The carpet's gonna be going anyway, so we're not too much worried about it. But I mean, who has carpet anyway? But that sounds like that's good advice. We should maybe look into hiring somebody. So especially this summer, maybe we could just go over pick up a day labor or something at Home Depot or something.
You know what? Some of us guys on you for hire.
Pay them. Or if you have a friend, if somebody you know.
No, somebody who knows what they're doing.
Right.
Oh, I have people.
I mean, I would love to hire day labor, but they're not.
Yeah. No, I have a gentleman who has been doing pretty much everything in my home for years, and he's the greatest guy, and he's got a great sense of humor and easy to work with and all of that, and that's who I call, and that is who I schedule things with, and yes. So
we need a guy. I've got a guy.
I'll text you a guy.
Text us the guy. Text us your guy. Then we'll maybe make him our guy too. You know, because I think Todd's like. I think we had this grandiose thing. We could do this ourselves. La, la, la. We started doing this. We started only about a month ago, you know. But I mean, I picked out colors, and and then all of a sudden you realize there's so many effing colors of paint out there, and then you have to get a matching color, and it's pretty intense. You know? And so that takes a lot. And then you have to get all the right supplies, and and all this stuff. So we've been doing it. I mean, we've made some headway. Yeah. But I think what we really need to do the really tough.
Right. Well, how many walls are you painting?
The entire place. We have like 5 levels, Diane.
Oh, then you need to get.
It's all open, and we got beams and support beams, and it's just a lot of light.
It's about 1,900 square feet, that we live in.
We live in a corner under condo, so we got windows on 2 sides.
So windows. A lot of exposed brick. Maybe you can see some of it there. I don't know, but
your place looks really, really cool. Yeah,
it's nice.
Well, it's a lot of levels, a lot of different levels. But that's our excitement. So sorry we can't be reciting that. We were like, what we were trying to do though, and we was going to ask you this on the lighter side, because I know there's so many heavy things going on right now, and it's almost depressing when you start thinking about it. But what if what would be some things like Todd, if we're not going to go on a big vacation and we're going to do like house stuff, what are some things you could do locally that are fun? Do you have any local things you like to do that are fun, or other than when you're not busy packing for Iceland and you just look for something local, what do you do? What do you do around in the city? Do you have any cool things?
Yeah. Well, Mark and I love to go to lunch, so we go to lunch, and we also love to be outside. So
especially this year,
we especially love to hike. So we are out doing lots of trails, and we have lots of creeks here, and we do the creeks and the rivers and the trails and walks through town. We love to just get out and go places, on foot.
So we found we're like you, because we work at home, sometimes it's nice to just go and take a cool lunch break. That way you don't eat much at night, and that's probably better for you. But we were yesterday we went to the Park Tavern at Piedmont Park, and you kind of forget what a cool place that is. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Do you know what I'm talking about there?
I think I do. I've not.
It's right. No, that's the Shake Shack.
Oh, the Shake Shack.
No, that's at Piedmont Park on 10th and Monroe at the corner there. There's a building, and back behind there, sitting on the park, is called the Park Tavern. It's basically pretty much open. A lot of screen and porches. Is one of the places where you go up and people order your stuff from the bar, and then they text you when it's ready, and you go pick it up. It's kind of more tavern-y kind of feel.
Right.
It's very open to the park, so that's kind of always a nice thing to do. And then you can go maybe chill around the park afterwards.
We walked afterwards.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite lunch place that y'all like to go to?
Oh my goodness. I think right now I could say that our favorite lunch place is kind of a new one that we found, and it is a Thai place.
Thai is good.
And oh my goodness, it is wonderful. So that's where we've been spending a lot of lunches lately.
That sounds like
Thai. And then we have, of course, our favorite Mexican places and all these other, but we love Thai food. So this is kind of a new one in the Thai food repertoire that we found. So, but we go out Mark and I are really kind of couch potatoes at night. So we love to go out for lunch, and we go out to lunch all the time. So we're always looking for places that we can go out to lunch.
So one of the places we go to around here for lunch, a lot of times, so we can just walk to places. Have you ever heard of the Velvet Taco? Don't laugh, that's really
no, but love the name.
I know, it's a funny name. But basically they have these really cool fusion tacos. They have a chicken buffalo taco, or a fish and chips taco, or a chicken picnic taco. This guy, So it's got all these different a chicken cordon bleu taco. So it's got all these weird cool tacos and stuff like that. So and they have this red curry queso. So we do that for lunch a lot of times. And then you don't. Yeah, the red carrot cake show is good. That kind of I like when I see that. Like I see it and I start to eat it, and the next thing I know, I'll blank out for a second, and it's all gone, and there's queso running down my mouth, and I don't know what just happened. I just ate a whole thing of queso. I mean, I got blanked out, and there's like Todd's like, you got queso, all you know. But it's really good. It's really good. And it's up here on West Paces Ferry next to the Whole Foods. If you ever, I don't know where I think it's a chain, but there's I don't know if there's any other ones in Atlanta.
Yeah.
But I know they're based out of Texas. But that's a walking one for us.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a fun thing to do if you work at home. You know, it kind of breaks up the day a little bit, and then at night we're kind of like the same way. We start to kind of come in for a landing.
I crashed by 8:30.
So.
Yeah, we like to. I'm telling you, at night we just like to be. It's like all our friends are always going out to dinner, here, there, and everywhere, and we're like, no, give us lunch. We like to do lunches and then come home and get out, crash.
Let's do lunch. Yeah, and then
What is this?
Let's do lunch.
Let's do lunch. We
lunch.
like to do lunch.
Yes.
That's what we do.
All right. Well, if you have any, we'll keep in mind your lunch places, and if you ever find yourself in Buckhead and want to get a fancy taco, go to Velvet Taco right there, West Paces Ferry, where the Whole Foods is at. And there's an conveniently located next to it. There's an ice cream place too, if you're really feeling like explode, blow to hell or whatever. But,
I wish if they had non-dairy ice cream. I could
right. I think they do. I've only been there one time. Ice cream is kind of like, it's one of those things, you just don't want to eat that much.
We get it at the farmer's market. We do.
Right.
On
and that's the other thing we do in the summers. We like to go to farmers markets.
Saturday morning.
Saturday morning. I think that's become a big thing now, going to farmers markets.
It has. Yeah. Everybody's doing it.
Yeah. So there's the Peachtree Road Farmers Market is right next door to us. So we go there every Saturday, and it's like, you see people, you've made friends with these people that you go see every week.
And clients now.
Yeah,
too.
and I've even got some clients that I've made there, and help them with their tech and stuff like that. So it becomes like a little community. It's been a cool thing. I know there's a lot of these all around the city. Do you like to go to farmers markets at all?
I've been in a very long time, mostly because I'm not a morning person.
I am.
And, I'd much prefer to be home having a cup of coffee, or somewhere having a cup of coffee inside, sitting there.
Right.
And no, I think that's the biggest thing. Farmers markets notoriously tend to be in the mornings.
Yes.
So
yeah.
I'm not usually up and at them.
So
I'm so bad.
Well, there's some summertime activities we can put on there. And like I said, I wanted to keep it to 30 minutes or so because I'm expiring fast today. But did you have anything else you wanted to talk about? Anything else going on in the world in the last like 5 or 6 minutes that you had any opinions on anything happening? Did you see on the news the other day, Hillary Clinton got on there and she was like, she had a conference the other night. She goes, hey, is there anything going on we need to talk about? She was being very sarcastic.
I heard she did. Yeah, I didn't. I didn't see it or anything or hear it, but I was seeing that this morning as I read through some things. But no, I thought that the news that a certain someone was actually convicted on all 34 counts.
All 34 counts. Yeah, it wasn't even.
Yeah. He'll probably just get a slap on the wrist, though.
Yeah.
It seems like everybody's terrified of actually doing anything to him that would rise to the, degree of which of the rules he's broken or the laws he's broken. It's like, just throw his butt in jail.
Yeah.
No, seriously. Everybody else.
He could technically get it to 4 years, but by the statute, but they say people never do, so it'd be unusual for him to get that. But I think the thing that I found most interesting, and this is still the thing that I'm scratching my head about, and so one of the secret mysteries of the universe, is that like yesterday, Republican donor websites were crashing. People couldn't donate money fast enough.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did not know this.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And the Republican National Committee, everything they take in has been for months and months has been going to nothing but his bills.
Right.
They don't even now pretend it's going to any other Republican candidates.
No, they don't. But here's the crazy
Bill.
thing. All these people are still going to vote for him. It sounds like. I mean, sounds like, yeah, I was reading on social media about it, and people like, oh, now I'm definitely voting for him for sure. You know, it like.
Oh yeah.
And there's
Well,
there's craziness.
Yeah, one time when you are feeling better and we have a little more time, there is something that Mark and I, a series we watched a few years ago. And as long as Trump was president and where he's at now, we kept nodding our head that this was a guy who's bringing that to the United States. Basically, it was about what they call strong men.
Yeah.
And strong men are basically dictators, or at least somewhat dictators. Like Viktor Orban in Hungary is a strong man.
Right.
There is no longer any law that is made that he doesn't dictate it, essentially. And he basically has his finger, his thumb on everything. And he's basically a dictator, only in a nice way, supposedly. But, excuse me, but Trump is a wannabe dictator.
Yeah.
And he always has wanted to be. So.
And he said it. I mean, the other thing too is now he's not even like acting like it's not. That's the thing. So I mean, I would say like if America votes for him, then that's they're voting. They know what they're voting for. You know, it's not like he's pretended. It was like he's selling them a rotten bill of goods. Like and then he gets in there and does something different. He says he's going to be a dictator for a day, which is sort of that just means he's just going to be a dictator. You know, he's going to do what and there's this project 2025 that the Heritage Foundation has laid out where they're going to basically replace everybody in the administrative branch. They've already got 40,000 people signed up, ready to go, and they're going to just start putting these loyalists in. Where that entire administration becomes basically their organization. You know, they basically run it. So I guess the thing we need to ask ourselves is it sounds like this is what people want.
I don't want it.
I don't want it. And I told Todd, I said, it's odd that if this is the end of it all, we're pretty lucky to have lived in this time that we've lived through, you know. And I told him, I said, for us personally, there's probably more, yesterdays than they are tomorrow at our age, to just be honest with you. Mm-hmm. We've had a lot of great yesterdays. We've got to see probably one of the greatest times in human history, living in one of the greatest countries that the civilization has ever known, to be honest with you. And if it all comes to an end because of him, I feel bad for the next generation, but we've sort of got to see, I guess, we'll get to see it. I guess we're going to see it crumble, perhaps, or downfall. I don't know, but it does look like it could happen, and I've been trying to prepare myself for it. I
know, and I just don't know how I would prepare myself for it, and it makes me very sad because so many people support him, and literally he will change this country so much. It won't be what it is now.
Right. And that's what they said, that when he first became president, he didn't even think he was going to win at first. So when he got in there, he didn't know what he was doing. He was ping-ponging around, and he made so many mistakes. It acted like a check. His ignorance of the system acted like a check and balance. But he doesn't have that anymore. He knows what he's going into. He's got the system down. He doesn't have that ignorance check and balance. He'll get in there, and he'll know. He knows exactly what to do. And so this time could be, it's not going to be like the last time. He'll know how to kind of pull the levers and make the system work to his advantage. Right. The real question is why. The only theory I can come up with is that from history, and it's from Bible history. Believe it or not, I grew up in a Baptist church.
I remember.
But there was a time when the children of Israel said, they had this great government of judges, they just had these judges, and everybody obeyed the law, and if something went wrong, you just went to the judges to settle it. There was no taxes, there was no army. It was the ultimate light government. But everybody around them had a king, and the children of Israel started saying, "We want a king." And the people well, he's going to tell you what to do. He's going to take taxes. He's going to take you to war. They said, "We're tired of thinking for ourselves. We want somebody to tell us what to think." And that kind of what it sounds like to me, is maybe what happened now. People want a strong man. We don't know what to think anymore. The world's too crazy of a place. So.
Sorry. I got a bunch of
That's the only theory I can come up with, is that people want a king because they don't want to think for themselves.
Right.
That's the only theory.
Well, I think people have never, first off, never understood government. I think that they've found it a topic that is too boring. They don't want to know what's going on. And I think they've always felt like they need to be an Einstein, that it would crowd their brain too much to know. So it's something that he does, of course, is he tells them, you don't need to know anything. You have me.
Right, exactly. It's a cult. That's what a cult leader
Like
does.
you said, exactly. And it's ultimately, one of the things that I don't understand, and that is a product of this that makes me very sad, and that's that one of the things is they are not really understanding what this means for them. Because if they want all the things that he wants, which they don't realize, they will lose so much.
Right.
They will lose so much in benefits, in a healthy life, in beauty. I mean, there's so many things they'll lose by signing up with someone like this.
Think about what it's funny how people forgot what we lost through his administration. Think about COVID. That's on him, that's on him. That's his legacy. People are all of a sudden, I heard somebody the other day say, and they're trying to blame Fauci for that now. Like it was his fault,
I know. Oh, no, that's
I know it's a Trump's fault. And now even like Biden, they're trying to blame him. Like, no, but it's funny how people's minds have always become, it's almost like there's some sort of filter over people's brain that they're falling for. So, maybe the next time we can talk about some ways to prepare for the Trump apocalypse. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Maybe
The whole thing is just so, it's just so unreal.
Just all go to Iceland and stay there.
Yeah, no, I just wish that we weren't going through this. He's such a horrible man. Just such a horrible man. And I don't understand why so many people feel like they need him so badly.
Right.
He must mesmerize them. I don't know. Is that it?
I think so too. I think because, like I said, I think right now people have gotten, feel like the world's gotten so complicated that they'll just tell me what to think. I don't want to think anymore. It's too complicated.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Rick, never really thought of it that way. Perhaps that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. And
so it is complicated.
It is complicated. It is complicated. And so he comes in and says, you know what? You don't worry about it. I'll just take you. It's basically the same thing the pharaohs did. The pharaoh said, make me the pharaoh and you guys don't have to. And basically that's how Egypt got the pharaohs. They basically said, we're kin to the gods. We'll take care of everything. We'll keep you in good with the gods. You don't have to worry about anything. I mean, this is kind of an old trick. It's an old thing, to be honest with you.
Oh,
if you think,
good heavens, yes.
It's bad.
Yes. Oh, good heavens, yes. This is, I think, in almost every dictatorship, that's how it starts.
Right.
That's how it starts.
I think
they promise to take something off of your plate, off your shoulders, to solve something for you. I think that you're right.
Right.
You're right. Absolutely.
I'll leave you with this because I'm starting to wind down, but I went to a church when I was younger that devolved from a church into sort of a culty type of situation. And I won't set the thing there, but I'll tell you, here's what happened. When I was first going there, they were telling you, like, we're going to teach you how to have a relationship with Jesus Christ and how to hear from God for yourself. But what started happening over time, it happened slowly over time, they were eventually preaching like, we are your spiritual authority and we're hearing from God for you. So all you have to learn to do is listen to us and then we'll hear from you. But first it was like, we'll teach you how to hear from God for yourself. And then it evolved into, because apparently that took a lot of work. So people are like, I'm not sure if I'm buying that. And so they said, okay, well, then we'll just hear from God for you. And you'll learn to just listen to us. You see the difference,
Yeah.
I kind of think that's where we are now. It's like people like tell me the thing. So maybe you could think, maybe next time we can talk about some ways maybe we talk about some survival trips, because who knows what's going to happen, coming up. So we'll see. But I still think there's some surprises ahead in the future.
Oh, please. Oh, my goodness.
Last half of the year to be very interesting. We'll see.
I'm just here thinking, oh my gosh, there are way too many surprises coming up. Although I'd like some that, that could be a good thing, couldn't it?
Could be.
It could be that some very unexpected things will come out of this.
I think so. Let's keep our antenna up for that.
That'd be good.
And if it's not, we'll just when you guys go to Iceland, y'all just stay over there, and we'll set up a compound in Iceland or something.
No, it's Ireland this
I
trip.
mean, I mean Ireland. I'm sorry, Ireland.
Unless you want to go to Iceland,
I would go to Iceland too. I would love to go to either one. Either one. I'll take it. Either one right now. Either one. But,
it's okay.
It's okay. Yeah, like I said, I'm not 100%.
Yeah, he's aging, Todd.
I told you that radiation affects your brain, man.
It's all right.
Wait, it's so funny because now we have and I'll leave you with this profound thought: is that how they say guys think with their, well, when they shot my, with radiation, it affected my brain. I couldn't think clearly. So showing clearly that this is where guys' brains are down there, because they were shooting radiation down there and it affected me up here. I couldn't think clearly. So there you go. We do think with our boys down there. So solid proof.
You know what? Yes, I think that's absolutely true. And I'm sure Todd can help you out with that. Okay.
Yes,
so
there you can. So
yes.
Well, and I'm gonna go.
Yes.
I'm hitting the wall here. So I'm already forgetting confusing about things. You better quit while I'm ahead.
Well, I'm glad we had a chance to touch base, and I hope you feel better.
Thank you.
But it was good just getting together again finally.
Yeah. We'll see. So we'll touch base with Taryn and see when we do it again.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Bye, you guys. Bye, Diane. See you later. Take care.